Welcome to an episode of Potions or Welcome to an episode of No Script News. Just hit my nose. Today I want to get just a little bit serious with you before I begin. I want to thank all of my subscribers and all of my new subscribers too that put me over the top of 250. And when I first started this channel, I started just to have fun, obviously, because it is fun. And I recommend you start a channel just to have fun. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's just fun to be able to create stuff. But now that I reached 250, I actually want to try harder on this channel. Now, I know I do put a lot of content out, but I want to be more consistent. And I actually want to take advantage of this opportunity, especially because I have about a few more months before I have to go back to work. And so I might as well just make the most of it. So I'm going to try to grow my channel as much as I can. Not by asking you to subscribe, not by keep on begging you guys, but just by providing great content, hopefully. Different content, a variety of content, so that when you come to my channel, you don't get the same stuff all the time. You just never know what you're gonna get. But I do plan to be more consistent with it. I do plan to stream more. I'm gonna start streaming Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday nights for a few hours. Starting today. So if you want to see me stream today, I'll be streaming Mortal Shell until I get it done, and then I'll move on to each game each week. And I might actually throw in some multiplayer games. I've been getting into not Battlefront, the chicken dinner winner. Anyways, I played a match the other day and I was actually having a lot of fun, so I might sprinkle that in too. So I just want to thank you guys for watching my videos and subscribing and liking them and accepting me for who I am. But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. They keep on knocking and I won't let them in. And we have great news for Sony. There's a bunch of news going on. I'm actually gonna write some narrative videos for the news that Sony has been having lately, so look out for those. But I want to jump into the VR controllers that Sony just announced for the next VR system. Now, before you get all happy, this VR isn't going to come out till at least next year, 2022, and we'll see if it even gets delayed till then. But the cool thing is, you don't have to use those stupid Move controllers anymore that weren't designed but yet used for VR, but instead you get these cool spear-like controllers that have all the functions that the DualSense have. So it has the haptic feedback, all the rumble, all that goodness. Still, it isn't the peripherals that make the games, but it does enhance them. So it's gonna come down to the games, and that's kind of where Sony is lacking. Even though they have a few tidbits here and there, their VR games are just not up to snuff. But at least they're improving for the future. And those of you who are into VR, I'm actually into VR, but just not yet. I mean, I want it to be real. In fact, I think I might skip VR and hopefully go into the not virtual reality. What is VR? Where you can see things in your reality. I forget, augmented reality. I'm hoping there's some kind of augmented reality thing where you can start playing. Just because it makes seeing things easier, hopefully. I mean, when you're in VR, you're like, oh, I don't know, I haven't played it. And one thing that I have not played and I don't intend to play is Marvel's Avengers, especially if you're a PlayStation owner. What the hell is going on? Apparently, if you're a PlayStation owner, if you have a PlayStation 5, your game saves don't transfer between PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 automatically. You gotta do some kind of weird workaround where you have to transfer your save on the PlayStation 4, then transfer that to your PlayStation 5. But you gotta make sure that the download on your PlayStation 4 is updated before you can transfer to the PlayStation. It's just so damn confusing. And one thing I want to tell you about Xbox, on Xbox, it just works. It just works. You don't have to worry about last generation game, have to download this to transfer this in order to work with your game saves. That's just nonsense. It's craziness, man. It just works on Xbox. And one other thing that PlayStation does that is confusing me, every time I download a PlayStation 5 game on my PlayStation 5, it gives me the option to download a PlayStation 4 version. Like, it tells me, here are the versions to download. It's like, dude, I have a PlayStation 5. Give me the PlayStation 5 version. Give me the best version that plays with this. Why are you even giving me the option to download a PlayStation 4? It's craziness. I mean, and especially when you're launching new consoles, you gotta take advantage of the hype. you gotta seize your opportunity. And speaking of seizing your opportunity, you cannot be like this guy. First of all, just look what he does. First of all, he's surrounded by white people, all white people. They look up to him, this black guy. And this black guy isn't one of their best. He's a little chubby. He's a little muscular. He doesn't seem like he's a cool guy. But here he was given the opportunity. And then he failed miserably, setting back minorities. I don't know how far back. But all I know is that when the moment comes, you gotta seize it. You can't be like this guy. You can't be like Sony. Well, one person that is... that was my cat. She's messing with She's messing with something. She messed up my lights. Oh my god. Let me see if I can fix it. I don't know if it went out. What did you do? What did you do, Pixie? And God said, let there be light. Speaking of seizing a moment, should I say, Bobby Kartik will be receiving a $200 million bonus. That means on top of your pay, on top of his $25 million or so that he already gets paid every year, he's getting a $200 million bonus. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is not to shit on Bobby, but F that guy, man. 200 million, that could change so many families, generations upon generations of families. You know what I mean? But instead, this is just one bonus for one guy. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is to let you guys know that, yes, you people who gladly pay $70 games, you people who gladly let these corporations just jam microtransactions, actually mess up your games, make it a grind so that you can pay to get done with it quicker. All of this stuff is unnecessary in our games. Raising the prices is unnecessary in the games. How do I know? Because they're giving out $200 million bonuses. Some games don't even make $200 million. A lot of games don't even make $200 million. And they're just giving them out like bonuses, like crazy. So, I don't want to hear the excuses that games are more expensive to make. They're not. Because nobody's getting paid to make these games like these CEOs are. 200 million? They should spread that wealth. Give it to 200 employees. Give them $1 million each. Shit, 400 employees. Give them $500,000 each. You know what I mean? You can give 1,000 employees a good bonus. But no. So I don't want to hear about these raising prices. If you pay for prices that games that are $70, you're part of the problem. Simple as that. All you're doing is getting your hard-earned money that you worked all these long hours for, and you're giving it to Bobby. That's what you're doing. You do you. I'm gonna do me. I'm always gonna tell my audience the truth. There's no reason to raise the prices of the games. They're all greedy mother. But I don't want to leave you with bad news. Especially if you're an Xbox brethren like I am. Sea of Thieves actually made a comeback. It has reached a milestone of 20 million people. Woo-wee. Now that is a lot of people playing a recurring live service games. So even though Sea of Thieves launched bare bones, you know, this is one of those examples that a game can actually become something special if you actually take your time with it. And don't try to nickel and dime your audience like Marvel's Avengers. Instead, create great quality content and give it to us in a reasonable amount of time. And before we go, do you know how old the Simpsons are? Apparently, I'm older than Homer Simpson. Well, they recently released the age of the Simpsons according to this super fan, Alex Ortega, who aims to be the #1 Simpsons fan in the world each and every day. Well, he goes on to say that Homer was born in 1985, Marge was born in 1987, Bart in 2011, Lisa in 2013, and Maggie was a Pan baby, born in the year 2020. So, even though we've been watching The Simpsons for over 20 years, Lisa is only about a year old, which makes sense. She's still a baby, had the damn sucker on, you know what I mean? But it's just kind of cool news to, geek out on, especially if you're a Simpsons fan like I am. And it's just funny to know that I'm actually older than Homer Simpson. And I guess it makes sense. Shit. My God, what have I been doing in my life? That's gonna do it for this episode. Remember, when shit's the fan, and you find out that you're getting old, and you're older than your cartoon heroes, run.